What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Ben here with Backyard Renos. We are out here March 10th. The season has finally begun. Day one, sun's out. I think they're calling for 62 degrees today. And so it's time to get back in the working rhythm. It's time to get after it. It's time to get motivated. Let's get it going, guys. Okay, my dad is out here with me today behind the camera, Troy D. You will see more of him later. Why is he with me today? Because I couldn't get anybody my age to get out here and work today. We have been relying on the older generation, and they're still showing up for us. So where's all the young guys at? Where are you guys at? All right, we need some help out here. Anyways, we're gonna get going on a black aluminum 4-foot tall. Drew and I were on this about a week ago. The weather was too bad and it was too soggy. So we got all of our material laid out here. Got all the material laid out. We put up this temporary fence for the new homeowners just so they could let their dog out, which we started taking down now. But this is going, and we're getting a nice 4-foot tall black aluminum across the back. So I'll try to show you guys a little bit, a couple clips along the way, maybe some pointers, and show you what we do with the how we install aluminum. There's a lot of different ways to do it, but we've got our own way. So I will check back in soon, guys. We'll see you guys out there. Oh, you're breaking through. Around here. It's gonna be probably about, looks like maybe 6-8 inches down as far ahead. The ground will only freeze so deep though. Right. So we're gonna have about a nice little. You wanna make sure you're keeping it like the pretty good width too as you go down. It's easy to get. Focus on one little. Should be pretty close, but I'd say here a little bit more. Yeah, that looks pretty deep there. Put a little piece of tape on your thing, you know when to stop. You'll get that method down. Everything is annoying until you just learn the body positioning, and then it just becomes pretty normal. Like when we pour too, and this isn't on you or anything, but we got to make sure we're not putting too much pressure on the post, because I'll get the post out where it needs to be. And if you kind of body that bag too much on it, you can move the bottom. Gotcha. So we want to just make sure we keep it off a little bit. Once you measure from post to post, you can pick however you want, center to center, end to end. Well, we need to get it on the ground, and we'll get about our exact distance that we're going to start marking for our post. Like if you go from that front to this front, or that far side to this both sides, then you'll get, that'll technically be the same as center to center. Center to center is probably what we need. Is that 6.5? Yeah, just a hair over. Alright, we'll figure about 6 feet and a half inch. Alright guys, we're back. We are about halfway done on this 4-foot tall black aluminum. checking back in. This is going to be where our gate is located across the back. So this is our gate post. We took a quick lunch once we got to the gate post, but we've got about 6 panels here, pretty much matching all the neighbors' fences with this style. We like to keep a couple inches underneath the panel so you can still weed whack and stuff once the grass comes in. These go together pretty easy. We do a section by section basis where we'll set first post, then put the panel in, dig a hole right about where it needs to be, put that in, and make sure that panel is screwed in and a complete panel before we set that post. So we don't dig 5 or 6 holes and then find out we've got to redig holes because our spacing is off. You can do it both ways if you're perfect on your measurements, but I prefer it to just go hole by hole. Today, the ground is still frozen about 6 inches to 8 inches down, so we're having a heck of a time digging. So we're kind of doing it that way as well because we have to hand dig all these holes. We can't even bring our machine out here today because it's too soggy. We'll tear up this brand new yard. So we're doing what we can. But it's day one, we're feeling good. We're ready to get after it. And real simple setup here. Set our end post on this end. We ran a string pretty much all the way to this corner where we're going to be ending over here. So you can see where we're going to end. And it's about, our measurement is just over 6 foot every hole. And you just build this as you go. I can get a couple clips of us actually putting a few panels together, but really straightforward, and keep you guys updated. Welcome back. It's day 2. We got this entire back done yesterday, which is, in the grand scheme of things, no real feat to be proud of. However, this was very difficult digging. We had to do it all by hand to make sure we don't mess up the yard. This freshly new seeded grass, we made some footprints, but that's it. Our machine would have totally tore this up. Pretty much my dad's first day on the job as well, so some learning to be had, but overall I will say he did great. A couple tips to keep in mind here, just some simple things you can do when you're out here if you're doing a project like this that really go the distance. For example, I set these posts for the most part and then had him fill the top layer of dirt, pack them down, and rake them out. Okay, you wouldn't think that that's a difficult task, but you'd be surprised the way a lot of these guys out here make that look. They just tamp it a couple times with their foot and leave big crazy piles all over the place. If you take a look, you can see my dad's attention to detail. These are just the little things that make a big difference on the end of a job. You look down here, all the dirt has been raked out nicely. All the holes around, there's no big piles. It's the perfect amount of dirt around each hole. We take just a little bit of extra time after we get this installed. We install it mostly by sight, at the height, and then we step back, we look at the whole line, we look at how the ground's moving, and we take a sledgehammer and a piece of wood without the caps on and just tap them down nice and gently to get a congruent flow here. Okay, it's very simple things, but when you take the time to pay attention to the details, you know, building fence is not the most complicated thing in the world, but it's in the details. When you can take that extra 10 minutes at the end of the job, when you can take that extra minute per hole to just really make it look polished, that's where you're going to get a true professional result. A lot of this stuff, you keep it on the string, you keep it clean. There's things that you pay attention to, but at the end of the day, the small adjustments at the end are what really are going to make it pop. So we're here now. All we've got to do left is put this gate up. We let this kind of just set up overnight so we can get a nice stiff post, and we're going to put the gate, do a little wipe down, and then we can give you guys a nice overview of kind of what we've built here at this house. It's taken much longer than it's needed to, but the end of the day, it turned out nice, and I think they're going to be happy with it. So I know we didn't get quite as much footage on the actual details of building this, but sometimes when you're out here, you start working and your focus isn't making a video, it's to just actually get this work done. So if you guys got any other questions about you know, specific things on how we do this, or tips and tricks that you need help with, let us know. But other than that, we will see you guys out there, and we'll show you a nice overview of what we're working with at the end though. Thank you guys. I like to try to get them about the same distance off the top and the bottom.
Right.
Yeah. Push this shoulder up against like this, both sides. Make sure you get the bottom too. Now we want these rails to line up, that's the goal. Maybe up a tiny bit. Maybe up a tiny bit. Start, I guess, all the way and then adjust it.
It isn't working.
So, end of day one, halfway through day two. What are we thinking about the life on the fence line?
It's interesting. It's hard work for an old man. I think I'll be able to hack it.
What would you say were the most challenging parts of yesterday?
Digging through frozen ground.
Yeah, frozen ground was tough. By 4:30, were you ready for a nap?
Yeah. Went home, ate, took a nap, for sure.
Well, you're tough. You still got it. We got work to do. And you can be happy with the finished product.
Beautiful.